What up, everybody? Happy Friday. Good evening. It's actually a reasonable hour here in Texas, 6 o'clock. I'm really glad I'm not having to do this stream at 4 in the afternoon like I used to back on the West Coast. Welcome in, everyone. Thanks for sticking around here on this Friday evening. And apologies for not making the Tuesday stream, as that one I was off in D.C. for a work trip, actually. So my chat isn't loading for some reason. Give me one sec. Let's minimize that, reopen that. There we go. All right, Andy Tate, welcome in. Duke women are at the same time as us tonight. Well, they must be playing away then, as we're playing at home. So welcome in. Looks like the game has started, but somehow the stream is not started. That's weird. Okay. Enter your email. No, I don't need to. Why is this not giving me the, oh my goodness, man. It's, you have access to this stream content. This event has not yet started. This is like, this is just what I needed tonight. Although, look at that. The actual scoreboard is working as planned, which is fantastic. Let's shrink me down over here. Let's stick me in that corner there. And I have made some significant changes. Cameron Williams is committed. Now all we need is Darren Ripley and Jordan Smith. Yes, we got a big recruit here tonight. Okay. I really hate ESPN streaming. It is by far the worst streaming experience I have ever had to experience. What is going on, man? They just cannot get it together, man. These people cannot get it together. Oh my goodness. Watch, yeah, okay. All right, now I can't even like. Okay, watch. Yes. I guess we're 2-2. This is so far so not great. All right, finally. This might work. This might not work. After Disney's earnings this week, however, I am predicting that there will be a swift end to this YouTube dispute because Disney cannot keep on losing money the way it is. So, okay, now it's not even... Come on. There we go. Thank you. Goodness gracious me. Okay, so now all the people show up. Regardless, all the starters show up and they stay there all the time, which is exactly what we wanted. And I do not know why I am watching ACC PM. That is not what we wanted to watch, okay? It is 5-2, as we will get to our like show intro at the first time out. Although, interestingly here, Indiana State has come out in Carolina blue uniforms, which is a terrible color to wear into Cameron, and I do not advise any team to actually try it. So I suspect that this will be, yeah. Yes, the women playing West Virginia, I did see that as well. We'll check in on their score periodically too, so we'll get everything there. Won't miss out on anything. Dame Sarr going to give it up to Isaiah Evans. Gongba also in the game, and of course Cam who kind of stuffed the stat sheet the other day, is Evans is going to go here. Long range 2 and no good. Evans had a very nice game at Army. I guess most of the team had a very nice game at Army. I mean, let's be real. It was a bit of a crushing defeat for Army, but still very nice gesture on Veterans Day. As Indiana State hits another 3. Here's Cam Boozer to Gongba. Big man to big man. Nice play there. As Boozer will pick up the assist and Gongba will pick up the points. So the last 3 was Wagner, and that was, we had a ball on the floor, but nobody seems to notice here. Dame Sarr also had a bit of a breakout game the other day, which was kind of neat to see. Let's see if I can get my stats. Where is it? Yeah. 19 points on 6 of 8 from the field and 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. Oh, is it the uniforms of Larry Bird? Were they really wearing this, like, it looks like Tar Heel blue. And okay, and this dude is shooting like Larry Bird right now. Number 8 here, Camp Wagner. He's got 2 3-pointers. We're going to get an answer from Cam? No, nothing there. And Wagner is going to bring it down with a rebound, and he's going to bring it the other way. So, okay, so do they bring out these uniforms for every game, or is it just the fact that tonight that we're playing Duke, they decided to wear these uniforms? Because there goes Sterling Young. He's got another 3-pointer. So the Sycamores have hit 4 3-pointers now in the first 3.5 minutes of gameplay. And it is 14-4 as Cam Boozer is going to try to get 3 there, and he will hit that one. Caden now guarding here beyond the 3-point line. That's Xavier Hall being guarded. Going to get it outside to Harding, and another 3 on the way. Nothing there. Duke can't corral the rebound, but it will be out of bounds on the Sycamores, and we've got our first TV timeout. 14-7. Ain't certain. This is a tribute game honoring Bird. Ah, I see. Okay. So Indiana State here, out of the Missouri Valley Conference. Yeah, off to a hot start here tonight in Cameron. It is actually the first time that these two teams, Duke and Indiana State, have ever met. Indiana State coming in at 2-1. Duke, of course, 3-0 so far. But yeah, these teams have never met. Duke, a big favorite, well over 30-point favorite here. And actually, I saw that apparently we're like the top in the Ken Palm, but it's like it's been 3 games, so let's not go crazy there, folks. Big win against Army the other day. What was this final score? Actually, I don't quite recall the final score here. But in any case, the Sycamores out of the Missouri Valley last year, 14-18, so not great, but they were actually pretty good the year before that, and then last year they just kind of had a down year. But yeah, okay, the colors are actually royal blue and white, so it is not really technically a Carolina blue, but that royal blue is, when you say royal blue, you kind of think like Duke, like darker, like Duke blue, but like, I think they missed a couple shades. So the guys that are hitting right now, Sterling Young, let's see, where's Sterling Young? Yes, are averaging around 13 points per game. They're graduate student guard. 13 points per game, 2 rebounds per game, and 1 assist, about 35% field goal, and 40% from 3. And then number 8, Wagner, the other one that's kind of hit a couple. Let's see, so he's averaging about 9.3 points per game on shooting for 27% from beyond the arc. So both these guys kind of shooting above their weight at the moment. Indiana State will be fired up. At least it gives us an interesting game. I guess I would prefer it to be a slightly like closer, more interesting game. Yeah, I want Indiana State to be ice cold soon. I don't know about the. Maybe our guys will just heat up. I kind of want to see if there's a way to like. Okay, there we go. Wow, that was way too loud. All right. All right, here we go. Couple substitutions here for the Blue Devils. We got Caden Cam, Malik Brown in, Nick Kamenia in, and Caleb Foster. Those are your 5 for the Blue Devils. And outside to Kamenia, who's going to drive baseline, swing it back out to Cam. And Cam is going to get it stripped. No, we're actually going to get a foul call here. That'll be a foul called on number 2, who should show up here on the stats in a second. Yeah, Jalen Walker there, number 2. I'm finally glad we got this thing to work. This is great. And yet again, a foul, shooting foul this time, as Cameron will go to the free throw line. So apparently we get all the Camerons. We have Cameron Indoor Stadium, we have Cameron Boozer, and we have, Cameron Williams for next year. So apparently it's just a thing. Duke gets all the Camerons. As Cameron makes the first. And he's got the second one as well. So 2 at the free throw line. And so far, the Sycamores here, 4 of 6 from beyond the arc. But Duke going to bring the full court pressure as we got 5 seconds to go to the timeline. 4, and Camp Wagner does safely do so. Xavier Hall at the point guard position now. Nice hands by Cameron Boozer. Good deflection. Will make it 10 seconds side out of bounds in front of the Cameron Crazy section as Duke trails by 5. Duke trailed 14-10. The largest deficit this season is 10 points. Oh boy, it's still early, boys and girls. 3 seconds as Indiana State's going to have to hoist one, and that does not connect. Long range 3, Cameron to Caden, and Caden now out in transition. Caden going to go all the way to the rim and just lay that one in off the glass. Nice transition by the 2 Boozer twins there as Duke pulls within 3. Keyed off the great Duke defense, which finally came alive on that possession. Xavier Hall going to try to go around the screen, and Camp Wagner now give it back to Hall. Bit of a crowded scenario up there at the top. Malik Brown playing D as Hall now has it going baseline. He's going to step out? No, he's actually going to get it out to Camp Wagner. Can he get a third 3? He cannot. Rebound to the Sycamores actually saved as they get a new shot clock here. And we're going to go baseline. Going to try to get it back outside to Hall, actually. Sycamores reset with 10 seconds on the shot clock as Jaden Walker drives in for a baseline floater. We got a charge? We got a charge. Nick Kamenia steps in with it. There's some Duke defense. Back-to-back possessions. Although I got to say, I don't like the whole, no rebounding action here, but, oh, yeah, Kamenia is definitely, yeah, for sure. Charge. 100% charge. Kamenia is set, so far ahead of time. He's giving me, Kamenia is giving me Kyle Singler vibes, actually. I don't know if it's the haircut that's the same haircut as when Singler used to play. But the ruggedness and the whole taking the charge there, I was getting Singler vibes. Malik Brown at the top of the key, Duke running the motion. Foster around the curl, and Foster going to go off glass here. He's actually going to get fouled. Fouled on the drive as Sterling Young will pick up his first. Yeah. Pick up his first. So Foster to the line for free throws here. Let's see. Foster last what's Foster last outing? Actually, I didn't even have a Foster on my sheet here. Didn't get into double figures last time out. So he makes both of those, and Duke has managed to get a couple from the free throw line. Malik Brown there gets the foul, I think. But I don't quite mind the effort here. Duke extending the full court press, as it should. I think Shire just wanted everybody to wake up. So he's like, all right, you're going to play 94 feet. Let's go. Sycamore's having to do some fancy dribbling to get across the timeline here. 2 seconds, and they do manage to get across to Xavier Hall. Yep. Swinging outside. Another three-pointer on the way. Nothing there. Sycamores have gone cold and is right in transition. Caden to Kamenia. Yes, nice little two-handed flush to Nick Kamenia, running it out in transition. Timeout, Sycamores. And what are we at? A 8-0 run? 11-0 run. 11-0 run. Okay, yeah, that's right, because it was 14-4, and now it's 15-5. So there you go. Chat, you got your wish. Everybody's like, why are we not defending? Let's play some defense. All it took was one timeout, and there we go. I was working out in the, I guess that's going to be gym cut twos the other day, and man, you cannot do a quick cut with those. Oh, in the GT cut twos. Okay, no, it's a type of shoe. Yeah, I got it. I feel really badly, but I expected it. Hope you didn't spend a lot on those. What are I actually don't. What is GT cut? I get a GT Cut 3. Oh, these are Nike Zoom GT Cut Pro. Oh my gosh. I mean, they look kind of flashy, but the next leap in basketball innovation. Air Zoom GT Cut. Huh. Well, I guess the marketing says a new traction pattern for quick cuts. I guess it's not working for Skylark. Huh. 0-star review. Indiana State going to try three again. Ooh, that one will go. So they got that one. As Indiana State is basically playing its entire lineup here. Cam Boozer, nice feed from Malik Brown, and just too easy. Not enough height. We're tied up at 17. Yeah, Bruno Alawson there. That was the three-pointer that was shot there by the Sycamores. 17 all. So the Sycamores getting off to a hot start from 3. Oh, Kamenia there with a steal. He's going to get the pickup too. He's going to take it coast to coast himself. He's going to get fouled. Malik Brown there with the follow-up, but it's not going to count. Kamenia there with the theft and almost the points, but he'll go to the free throw line for his 2. So what is Indiana State shooting? They're shooting 50% from 3, actually. There you go. And Duke only 33, although 67 overall, and so far hasn't missed a field goal. Duke 5 rebounds to 4 there for Indiana State. And Kamenia makes them both. 19-17. So far, Duke holding, I believe, all opponents to under 60. So we do have to ratchet up the defense a little bit because Indiana State is like getting out. Is like way too far out here. Way too far extended. Oh, great strip there by Duke, and Gungba, no, not quite. Gungba tried to recover it, but it, I guess, off of his lap. I do like the fact that the Cameron Crazies there in the front row tried to assist the ref in making the out-of-bounds call. That is a pro move for the people in the front row. I definitely used to do that. Oh, that is an easy pickoff as Malik Brown comes up with it. He's got to pull it back outside because it almost rolled out of bounds. Caden to Kamenia here. Going to go cross to Evans. Evans just hoists it, and yes. Isaiah Evans for a beautiful 3 in the corner. Give the assist to Kamenia. I guess hockey assist to Malik Brown. Why not? Isaiah Evans so far playing very, very well. Double figures every game. And Sycamore is going to throw this one out of bounds. And we have hit the under 12 timeout. So our defense has been sensational for the last... We've only had one time 16-4-5. Let's call it last 5 minutes. Sensational defense by our guys. looking for the score of the women's game right now. Duke women 11, West Virginia 10, with a minute 37 left in the first half. Can you believe that? That is crazy. It is a 13-10 game, and it's almost. Oh wait, no, that's a quarter. Yeah, it's the first quarter. Sorry, my bad. So that makes sense. It's yeah, 4 10-minute quarters. That makes sense. But still, it's kind of low scoring. That would be like a 25-point half. Huh. So what's up, everybody? Hopefully you all had a very good week and have made it to Friday. Hopefully you guys got a nice weekend planned as well. Next week I'll be doing my Thanksgiving travel a little early. Obviously we'll be live for the Kansas game. That's going to be a big one on Tuesday night, Champions Classic. Of course, Kansas having one loss so far. That one to Carolina at Carolina, but should be just a quite nice head-to-head matchup here between the two schools. Trying to just double check here on the stats. I'm curious as to nope, that's baseball. Whoops. Yeah, no team has scored more than 60 on us. Texas scored exactly 60. There we go. All right. That's not good. What the heck? Oh, there we go. Okay. Now we're good. Nuclear, what's up? I have a friend due to win a national title this year, but something just tells me Duke is not going to win it because last year was a good shot. We just couldn't do it. And then this year, not as good. I think that is to be determined, obviously, right? Like, we're all kind of going off of this based on the Cooper flag, like, generational talent, no doubt. But, like, I don't know, can Cam Boozer be, like, our Cooper flag replacement? Maybe, right? The interesting part of it is, like, I actually think why we felt so good about last year was not just about Cooper Flag, but it was the combination of Cooper Flag and Con Knipple. Like, I feel like it's very rare. I feel like it's very rare that you have, like, the star player and then somebody who basically could have been the star player, like, right there. And the two of them just got along so well. They shared the ball so well. It was really cool to watch. And now you see Con Knipple having incredible success in the NBA. I mean, arguably, I think he has scored more points than Flag. So he's probably having a better NBA debut than Cooper, which is sort of interesting. But I feel like that's probably why we felt so good about last year, because he had that 1-2 combo and it was just so solid. I stepped on the baseline, and that's going to be a turnover there for the Sycamores. Like, this year we sort of talk about, like, well, who's going to be the third scorer? Well, I feel like we're jumping the gun. It's like, who's going to be the second scorer? Right? And we know Cam Boozer's going to get his. Is it going to be presumably Isaiah Evans and then, I don't know, maybe Sarr? Sarr had 19 points the other night. It was a bit of a nice little, confidence builder from him as Caden dumps it off to Cameron. And Cameron's just going to put that on the deck and just go. And Will get his own tip in there. He's going to stat the stuff sheet with that one. Rebounded 2. Before last year, I think that it was about, Zion and RJ. It's the same type of thing. But, right, how often do you have that? Great hands by Caden. Duke should have come up with that steal. And Caden with a beautiful block, actually. Well played by the Boozer twins. And as Kameni is going to step into a 3. Oh, that's a brick, actually. And it's way too strong. 24-17, Duke. Xavier Hall, and here's Camp Wagner again. He can't hit that one. Gongba trying to get the rebound, but didn't quite have the position. Sycamores recover and reset. 20 seconds on the shot clock for them. And a long three-pointer on the way. No, actually, Isaiah Evans gets the rebound there after the tap out by Gongba. And Evans going to drive in, over Euro step. Isaiah Evans coast to coast for 2. I love that part of his game, this inside part of his game where he just doesn't settle for the 3. He's just in straight attack mode, man. Xavier Hall, you're going to get a Gongba. No, actually. Who? Is that a foul on? Right, but how long ago was that, right? Like the Zion Williamson stuff? Feels like forever ago, man. Feels like it's been years. It's been over 5 years. Like you only get that like once every 5 years, right? Because before that, it was like the time we actually did win it, and then like a bunch of other times where it's like, we had like the Tatum years or whatever. It's just like one star, and you're like, the second one never really emerges for you there. It was a foul on Gongba, so. I don't know. I think this year could be actually extremely interesting, but let's see where it goes. Camp Wagner again. Oh, he's got another 3. That's his third three-pointer, I believe. Or they're going to say he took a step inside. Darren Harris for 3. No, couldn't get that one. Ooh, Malik Brown. Okay, I do not need to see Malik Brown jumping into the cheerleaders here, trying to save that ball. I get the whole, hustle, but I really need that left shoulder to not come out of his socket again. All right? So we need to take it down a notch, Malik, because that shoulder's got to stay put. We need that old battle-tested veteran team like 2010. Well, that's not going to happen anytime soon. The way we cycle through people, or people cycle through us. Oh, Malik Brown, great hands. Actually, nice deflection. 10 seconds here for the Sycamores. As Wagner's going to go right, he's going to go to the ACC. Nice little step-through move, but couldn't finish. Offensive goaltending. Brown is probably not Archangel. My guess would be probably not, actually. The booze cruise. That is an interesting sign. That is an interesting sign given that neither of the Boozer twins is 21, and I bet you nobody holding that sign is actually 21, but I guess we'll allow it. So after the offensive goaltending call, Duke by 4. As Cam is going to go one-on-one. They clear out the side. Oh, he tried to alley-oop it there to Malik Brown, but it went off the bottom of the rim. Cam's not going to have to take it himself. He just has 3 inches on the dude and lays it in off the glass. Cam Boozer now up to 13 points on 10 minutes played. Hold me. Oh, God. No, I just don't want any injuries, man. On the way, Walker, the 3 no good. Malik Brown with the rebound, especially like this early in the season. We have to get into the flow of things, man. Boozer back outside to Brown. Brown to Foster. Foster calling for this screen there. Does go around it. And Foster, nice little leaner there for 2. Caleb Foster got 4. 30-22 is Duke capitalizing off of some not so great offense, let's call it, by the Sycamores, as this is Marcus Harding trying to work his way down on Brown, and Brown just not giving any ground at all. Ooh, tough too. That is better. That was great D by Malik Brown, honestly, but better offense there by Harding. Dame Sar quiet tonight so far, 0 points despite the 19 he had earlier in the week. Oh, what a cross-court pass by Brown to Boozer, but good closeout by the Sycamores. The pass wasn't quite in the shooting pocket, and now Brown going to go for three. Squares up from the top of the key. It's short. Darren Harris goes over the top. He's going to get, that's an easy foul. Chalk fan, welcome in. New fancy interface. Yes, we've been sort of updating it throughout the We've been updating it throughout the season. Like every game, it gets a little better and a bit more reliable. I think I have to like somehow figure out how to do the game cast and do the game cast as part of it. I haven't gotten brave enough to ask the AI to do that. Although I think I could pretty easily, because it's probably just like another div block. It's probably just another div block rather, and then I could have the numbers next to the logos, and we could get that to work pretty good. Now I have some thoughts, but maybe it'll be a Sunday night project. I finally got my I got all the code checked in, so now I can rev it without really worrying about blowing away my old edits or breaking it, because I can always just revert or like go and pull the old files. So yeah, I think that's the last step here. Is probably getting like the actual full score up and centered on the whole thing. That'll work okay, I think. That'll work pretty good. But yeah, got the little blue dots there next to the starters. Got them all to show up this time and stay there, even if they have no stats. So progress. So what's everybody got planned for the weekend? Some good football games this weekend, actually. Not that really it's kind of hard to watch them, but is it Georgia at Texas or Texas at Georgia? There's a couple other good games, right? That was the big one. I thought there was another like a playoff. Oh, Oklahoma, Alabama, I think is another one. And Duke actually has a very important game. Our Blue Devils have to play Virginia. Virginia comes into Wallace Wade, and I'm pretty sure that game is more or less for first in the ACC. Yo, Skylark, take it easy, man. Go get your basketball in. Got some new insoles, so I just have to break it in. Good luck, man. No breaking any ankles, all right? Still a pretty close game here. Only Duke by 6 at the moment as we resume the full court pressure. And Dame Sar, nice poke. He's got the steal, and Sar's got the flush, which he does not just ruin. All right. Did you hear that Tennessee Tech is undefeated and going up against Kentucky tomorrow at 1:30 in football? I read that real quick and thought you meant Texas Tech, and I was like, that's interesting. But like Tennessee Tech is interesting one, I guess. I'm surprised that's even like a FBS school. Oh, what a block by Sar. That should be clean. What? What did they call that? What? Are you kidding? How is that possibly offensive goaltending? Oh, he was pulling the net. Okay. I was like, wait a second. What? Like, there's no way. He got a clean block. Sar going to drive baseline. Gungba going to clear out. And he's got Sar has to give it to Gungba, actually. And Gungba with the right hand. Nice, fancy moves. The way Duke wins the Natty this year is a rebound their way to the championship. That would be a very different way to win the Natty than what we've typically done. Usually with three-pointer away to it. This little pick and roll action there by the Sycamores, but it's intercepted. Caden Boozer with the pickoff, and now Duke going the other way. Caden to Cam, over to Foster, back to Cam. Cam for three, he does it all. Cameron Boozer with 16 points here in the first half. Oh my gosh, long range bomb there by the Sycamores. Not quite. So they've gone cold here from the floor. 5:20 to go in the first. Duke by 37. Foster with 3 on the way. Yes! Timeout. There we go. Duke on a run now. What's up, buddy? Come here. Dog is giving me, looks like he's hungry. It's only 6:30. All right, we'll feed you at halftime. All right, bud? Yeah. So, Duke here with, let's see, what do we got? We are shooting... What are we shooting here? We're only 4 of 9. That's actually not too bad. 44% from 3. Indiana State 6 of 16. They have cooled off considerably. It was what? They started 4 of 5. So they've gone 1 for their last 11, basically, or 2 for their last 11. Yeah. 10th 10-0 run this season and 3rd this game. Oh my goodness. That's a crazy stat for people to measure. It's like, how many 10-0 runs do you have in a particular game? Xavier Hall, bounce pass over to Harding. There's another pass over to Young. No good. Foster down with the weak side board. Duke is in their lucky state to win the title. Yeah, it's because it's in Indianapolis. Yes, exactly. Boozer there with the lay-in. Beautiful assist. Great little drift motion there to the basket. Love it. Duke is threatening to go up 20 at the moment, and Boozer steals it. And he's going to slam it down. Oh, no, he's going to get fouled, actually. Oh, man. Camp Wagner there with the foul. That was going to be an automatic 2. Yeah, Indianapolis, Minneapolis. So it's in Indy this year. Cooper Flag missed it by a year. Cam Boozer at the free throw line now with already 18 points. Oh, missed one. As the Sycamores have now turned it over 9 times so far in this game. Should find that points off turnover here in a second. Duke with only 3. Boozer makes the second. All right, so there you go. 19 points for Cam Boozer. Duke with a 19-point advantage. After a bit of a shaky start where we trailed 14-4 trailed by as many as 10 points. We have flipped the game, and we are now ahead by 19. As Indiana State is once again on pace to score less than 60. And that's another interception there and another turnover. Foster bringing it up the floor. He's going to take it himself. He'll get fouled. And there'll be a foul on number 30, Xavier Hall. I'm pretty sure. Foster misses the first. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Caleb Foster, man. Just shanking 2 free throws. We are under 4, and Dame Sarr has stolen it yet again. And he will pick up a foul as he was trying to fight for the loose ball. And could not get there. All right. John Shire a bit incredulous there. I know Brown does a lot of things that show up on the stat sheet, but I'd love to see him consistently get 7 to 10 points a game while grabbing double-digit rebounds. I think he meant to say that do not show up on the stat sheet. Yeah, right now Malik Brown 0 points, 1 rebound, and 1 foul, but I'm pretty sure, hold on, he's got some steals. One assist, 1 steal as well. Yeah, it does not show up. Yeah. Hold on 1 sec. I think, honestly, Chalk fan, I think if it's as long as, I'm not sure it necessarily matters if it's Brown or Gungba, but one of the two, I agree with. Yeah, you either need, it's one of the two sort of bigs that play complementary to Cam that are going to need that like 7 to 10 points. Typically it's Gungba that's kind of filled that role. So he's like 4 and 3 right now. He's had a couple double doubles. I mean, if you can get another basket and another rebound or so, but it's really like, because you need like, God forbid Cam actually ever gets into foul trouble this season, and it will happen, right? There will be some ACC game where the opposing coach just decides to go and really go hard at Cam Boozer, especially on their offensive end, and then make him defend, and he picks up some cheap fouls, and then he gets into foul trouble, and then one of our backup bigs, if you will, is going to have to make it happen. So it's almost as if between Malik Brown and Gungba, it's sort of like one person. If you can get the 7 to 10 points between the two of them, you probably end up happy. If you get 7 to 10 points from both of them, you're extremely happy at that. But as long as that combination scores, then I'm kind of with you. It's Cam Boozer going to play some defense now, and the scoop. Ian Scott, number 23, little scoop and score. The feed down low, Malik Brown to Cam Boozer. Cam Boozer with the left hand. He's at 21. Oh my God. He's at 21 with 3.5 minutes left in the first. And he's going to get another steal. And it's behind the back. And he'll go for the slam. Oh my. This kid is a highlight reel at the moment. 23 points. What are we watching? This is insane. Brother, save it for Kansas. Oh my goodness. Oh, great feed is Ian Scott again. Wow, what a little feed there by Indiana State. Zipping that pass inside. Goodness gracious. I'm sorry, that was Camp Wagner. He's got 10 points. Caden driving in. Caden's got to get it back outside. Caleb Foster for 3. No. Oh, Caden thought about going for the rebound. Decides to not. So. Oh my goodness. What an athletic play by Cam Boozer. That was insane. That's crazy. Anyway, all right. He cuts off the passing lane again. They were about to do it. Malik Brown trying to go for the block. Could not, as the Sycamores have 30 here with 2 minutes left to go. So they're on track to break 60. As the Duke defense needs to clamp it down. Duke on pace to 100 at the moment, though. Nice little Isaiah Evans coming around the curl, and Malik Brown there with the alley-oop slam. You get the pick and roll there, as the roller is the one that gets the alley-oop. 49-30. The length of Duke being really disruptive. Even Kamenia there. Oh, and that's another theft. Isaiah Evans with a bounce pass. No, intercepted there. Taken off the turf. Or rather, off the floor. We're still in football mode here, folks. Isaiah Evans with the reach around. Obvious foul. There's a minute 23. And there'll be a 1-and-1 coming for Indiana State. I guess that is part that's missing, is like the team fouls. You know, I have to come up with a way to do team fouls by half as a team stat. I can probably do that pretty easily, actually. Yeah, okay. Both of them. Xavier Hall makes both free throws. $17-point advantage with 75 ticks on the clock as Evans comes over the curl. Quick shot. No good. Xavier Hall find his teammate there in the corner, and that shot's going to go behind the backboard, actually. And will land in the lap of Kamenia. Caden going to take it himself. No, not strong enough to get it up off the glass, and out of bounds off the Blue Devils. Well defended by Emil St. Bernard. Got a dog name there, St. Bernard. Very nice dogs. 45 seconds left in the first. So I gotta say, it's pretty chill game at the moment. Kind of started a little shaky, but we sort of fixed things there. So we got another foul here, and more free throws here for Indiana State. And Neil St. Bernard misses the first and the front end of the 1-and-1. And we have a timeout by Duke. The use it or lose it timeout. I like the Indiana State jersey. The I is like the state. That's pretty cool. That's pretty creative. Out of the Duke timeout here with 35 seconds. You could 2-for-1 this if you score immediately, but yeah, New Killer is not liking the Indiana State Blue. We talked about that at the top of the broadcast there. We thought it was way too close to UNC, despite the fact that it's a callback to Larry Bird. But yeah, Isaiah Evans trying to go for three. He will. Actually, he resets, and it's an air ball. Kamenia picks it up on the weak side, and Kamenia is going to go off glass for two to salvage that possession for Duke as we go over the half-century mark here. 51-32, the margin 19. And let's see if Indiana State gets a shot off here. They do. It actually probably blocked. And that'll be the half. Well, actually, I heard the whistle before, but no, they are not going to put any time back on the clock, and that is going to be it. Third straight game with 40 points in the first half. I'll be right back to just refill water, and then we're going to take a look at our new recruit here. All right. All right, cool. So let's all right, what is this? This is Cameron Williams. That's it. Nice. Scarlett's gonna make burritos. Scarlett's making dinner with burritos over there. All right. So what is this? Okay, here we go. Let's see. The right screen cap, yeah. All right, let's see this Cameron Williams guy. So apparently this is our new recruit. Oh god, that's way too loud. Interesting. He's got like an Isaiah Evans build going here. Kind of tall, lanky. All right, so a little pick and roll action there. Set the screen, roll hard. All right. And one. Not bad, not bad. Gonna take his man off the dribble here. One-on-one. Little fake pass outside. Does they have a three-point shot, or are they just gonna work in the paint here? Oh, nice little assist. Nice vision. Good vision down there. Okay, that one's way too easy. All right, that was way too easy. Oh, good steal. I gotta say, he looked a lot more bulked up in his In the picture, in the Duke picture there. Well, at least he knows how to dunk it. That's good. Leave no doubt. Nice little mid-range jump shot. Will fade away. Pass it up. No, he's going to get a rebound here. All right, attack the glass. I feel like the guy who shot that first shot there that then resulted in the rebound definitely could not dunk it. Almost goes out of bounds on that one, but it's going to be a block. Oh, nice block. Ooh, good shot fake. His guard with that 3-point shot. Oh boy. That looked like me trying to shoot. Oh wow, that was an emphatic rejection. Oh, now he's going to go in between two. All right, they bring help and it still doesn't matter. Not bad, not bad. Nice save, swing inside. There you go. All right, not bad, not bad. I haven't yet seen a 3-point shot here though. So I'm not really sure, like, is the 3-point shot just not part of his game, or like, okay, that's a baseline jump. That's not quite a 3. That's a long range 2. This could be a 3, but he's going to take him off the dribble and go inside here. All right, nice little pull up. Good block. All right, so we got defense. We got some inside game. We got some rebounding action. Nice offensive rebound and the putback. Not an outside shooting threat or anything, though. Like with Cam Boozer, we kind of got the whole package. All right, not bad, not bad. It's one of our new 5-star for next year. Not bad. All right, let's look at the stats quick as we... Jeez, North Carolina's playing NC Central next. Well, that might go the way of this game, I suppose. All right, let's break it down. Here we go. Of course, the headline right now at the moment is Cam Boozer with 23 points. Yeah, just insanity. 23 points on 9 of 10 shooting. 2 of 2 from beyond the arc, so he hasn't missed his 3-pointers. 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He's got 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks, and 2 steals. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous, honestly. It's not a triple-double, but it's kind of ridiculous. I'm not sure if he's going to make it to triple-double territory, but yeah. I mean, he could go for 40, which would be nuts. I mean, we could easily see 40, right? Here in the second half. Kamenio having a nice night with 6 points so far, 2 rebounds, and 2 of 3 from the field. He's hit both his free throws as well, 1 steal and 1 assist. Let's see, we got assist leaders, and we got 4 Blue Devils tied with 2 assists. Foster, Evans, Brown, and Boozer all tied with 4 assists. Nice to see The ball distribution there. Only 4 turnovers for the Blue Devils, which is also good tonight. And then I'm trying to look the other one. Yeah, nobody else is in double figures. So Cam Boozer is like a vacuum cleaner, man, sucking up all the oxygen in the room at the moment. 23 points. The next highest is actually Caleb Foster, which is kind of neat. 2 of 4 and 1 of 3 from beyond the arc. 2 of 4 from the free throw line as well. And in the rebounding department, actually, yeah, Cam Boozer has 4, and nobody else has many, which is kind of interesting because you would have thought that's 1, 4, 8, 10, 13. You would have thought that there'd be more rebounds in this game with the way that Indiana State's been shooting, but I guess not. I mean, Indiana State 12 of 31. So, but then the rebounding, actually, Indiana State has 16 rebounds to Duke's 15. So, believe it or not, we are up by 19 and getting out-rebounded by 1, which is kind of nuts. That happened the last game too, not the one before that, the Texas game too, where we got out-rebounded. And funny enough, the 3-point shooting is actually even, more or less even, 35% for Indiana State, 33% for Duke, 6 of 17 for the Sycamores, and then 4 of 12 for Duke. So Duke having taken less 3-pointers, and both teams, though, shooting about even, having taken around the same number of shots, 32 for Duke, 31 for Indiana State, but Duke obviously shooting a much better percentage, 62.5 points for the Blue Devils so far, which you'll love to see. I mean, everything just super easy. Really, let's look at the turnovers, actually. 12 turnovers for Indiana State and only 4 for Duke, but the points off turnovers here, 19 for the Blue Devils, which is basically the entirety of the lead. The entire 19-point lead could be attributed to these points off turnovers, but of course Duke very efficient in forcing them 8 steals on 12 Indiana State turnovers. So 2/3 of the 2/3 of the turnovers for Indiana State having been forced essentially by the the Duke Blue Devil defense. So great to see. Duke women and West Virginia women had a scuffle at the end of the second. They're trying to see who has technicals via paper notes since the headsets don't work for communication. That's crazy. Let's check on the score there. What is the score of that game? Oh, Clemson and Louisville. Interesting game there. Watch that when we're done. Let's see. Looks like the Duke women 23-20. Very similar score to what we saw at the end of the first half. Oh, sorry, end of the first quarter, where it was 13-10, and now it's 23-20. So it's basically just everybody added 10 points there in the second quarter. Basically, both teams playing even at the moment. Yeah. Funny there, actually. All right, so should be getting back to the action here in just a second. Maybe about 1:45. So points in the paint, obviously in favor of the Blue Devils, 30-12. No real second chance points. Both teams with 8 personal fouls in that half. Yeah, actually, the offensive rebounding is where it's skewed. All the missing from Indiana State, they've missed 19 shots, but they've gotten six offensive rebounds. They're 6-2 in the offensive rebounding department. So that's despite the Duke height and length, Indiana State still managing to clean up on the offensive glass. Whew, all right. What else is new, chat? Oh, I see. Andy, I see. Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles at Kentucky. 10-0 at 4-5. Man, that would be crazy if these Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles actually beat Kentucky, an SEC team. Wow, that would be cool. It's not that I don't think Tennessee Tech can actually make the playoff, but like, wow, huh? Super interesting. Oh, would you look at that? The Walt Disney Company announces multi-year distribution agreement with YouTube TV. Thank you very much. Predicted it right here. I said after that disastrous earnings report yesterday that YouTube TV was going to have to come to, like, Disney and YouTube TV were going to have to we're going to have to sort it out because there was no way that Disney could keep losing that much money. And I was right. I mean, this is why you subscribe. Actually, nobody subscribes to, like, nobody actually pays to, like, watch this. But if you did, it's calls like this that that would have made it worthwhile. So what happened is a foul occurred during the end of half on West Virginia, and then the shooting Duke player got elbowed coming down. Then all 8 players came together with a tussle. Oh, I'm just glad to have my nice YouTube TV player experience back, and here we go. Now it feels like a whole new world here that we can actually watch properly. 51-32, Duke Blue Devils ahead as we start the second half on time and aren't lagging like crazy. So here we go. Your 5 on the floor for Duke are the same that started the game. Dame Sarr, Cam Boozer, Caleb Foster, Patrick Gungba, and Isaiah Evans, as Cam Boozer comes up with yet another steal on the first possession here. Is Caleb Foster going to go for 3 and no good. But Gungba comes out of nowhere and skies in for the offensive board in the dunk. Nobody put a man on Patrick Gungba, and he made the Sycamores pay for that one. And that's a miss there by the Sycamores as Gungba comes up with a defensive rebound. So he's got 2 rebounds right off the bat. Dame Sarr going to shoot 3 here. Bellissimo as he hits it from the corner. Dame Sarr with a 3 and Duke off to a 5-0 start here to kick off the second. Or tip off the second, I guess. It is always a little awkward when we're crossing over between the sports. I feel like using one analogy, the analogies for one for the other. Cam Boozer going to get fouled there. As Cam Boozer picks up a foul there, that'll be his first. And makes the first and the second. Yeah, it should be 30, 33, 35. Oh, he made the basket, I guess. Okay. Yeah. The Duke reverse Virginia just went to the studio, so I don't know what happened. Fouls. Well, I think they just went to the halftime, but they'll probably announce what happened when they start the second half. Duke turnover here. Yeah, Duke turnover. Oh, great. No, they got another foul on Dame Sarr. That was Derek Vorst driving in. Oh, I see. Cameron Boozer got it stolen away from him. I got distracted for a second. And that's a miss from the free throw. And looks like we have a sandwich in the graduate student section. We have the Harris Teeter sandwich going with the free throw distractions. And the sandwich was ineffective as Derek Vorst makes the second. Duke by 20. Boozer going to drive in. He's going to get with 25. No, before he gets 25, he's going to pick up his own rebound and then tip it in with his left hand, and then he'll get 25. Give him the rebound and the points. Cam Boozer's like, I can manufacture my own double-double here in the second half. Nobody's got to help me. I'll just miss the shots and get my own rebound. And Duke comes up with the steal there. Up ahead is Sarr, getting it from Foster, now hands it off to Evans. Evans for three. That three is short. Boozer gets the rebound and gives it to Foster, who can't score it. The assist is denied. Boozer gets the rebound again. And he will go to the free throw line to shoot two. So once again, stuffing the stat sheet on that particular possession. Another 2 rebounds now gives him 6. And he'll get 2 more points for his troubles at the free throw line. Oh my goodness, Caleb Foster, man, that is just... Miss on the first. All right, he's got the second one. So don't forget, folks, Tuesday is the big game against Kansas. Looking forward to that one. I'll check here at the break if we are the first or the second game. And that is out of bounds and thrown over the head of Forrest as an unforced error by the Sycamores. As Caleb Foster bringing it up the court. I'm back with some beef and cheese burritos, says Skylar. I haven't had dinner yet, actually. I'm going to have dinner after this. And as the teams trade unforced errors here, up top, Isaiah Evans was too high for Dame Sarr. Couldn't quite reach it. Goes off the back of the backboard. 3-pointer on the way for the Sycamores. Hits every part of the rim and goes out. Camp Wagner with the rebound, kicked outside. Another 3 on the way, and that's good. Ian Scott hits it. That's points 7, 8, and 9 for Scott. Oh, no, there's just up through 6. Okay. Now 6 points for Scott as John Shire calls for time. John Shire, I don't think liking the effort there in transition. As, So, Skylar, did you make your own beef and cheese burritos, or did you have them, like, you order them in or something? Very, very glad to have the YouTube TV back finally. Although I did already claim my free $20 rebate. So I claimed a $10 and a $20. So I got $30 off this month's YouTube TV, which is a very good deal, I must say. Skylar says, yep, made it myself. I used some carb-balanced tortillas and store-brand beef. I just grated the cheese since my store was out of shredded. Nice. Nice. I think, what am I making? I'm making some pasta tonight, but with ham. I got some ham, tomato. I'm gonna make my own tomato sauce. Gonna cut up the ham, put that in. Organic pasta, of course, all organic, gotta be. What was I gonna look up? What time the Kansas game is? What time is the Kansas game? The Kansas game is at 8 o'clock Central, which means it is 9 o'clock. That is the late game. Gosh darn it! All right, we got the late game on Tuesday, which I guess 8 o'clock is a nice time to start in the Central Time Zone. That's why the Central Time Zone is the best. Because even if it's 9 o'clock East Coast, it's like still 8, and you're like, oh man, that's great. You still get to bed at a decent hour as Cam Boozer goes in on force into the and one. 28 points for Cam Boozer, and he'll get 29. Chance for 29 to the free throw line. I mean, he just discarded the dude. And that number 35 from Indiana looks like, he's got some weight on him. And yeah, he makes that. So that's 29 for Boozer. So now we're up 23, and Duke bringing the full court press. I think that would have counted as the under 16 timeout. Okay, that's a little finger roll that goes in. Kamenia, little shimmy shake there. Oh, over to Boozer. Assist Kamenia, points Boozer. Nice. Nice little two-man game between the two, Nick and Cam. Darren Harris had a surprisingly really good game at Army, but hasn't really done much tonight. And what are we at? 31 for Cam. Goodness gracious. Oh no, we've actually hit we have hit the formal under 16 timeout. Mm-hmm. All right, folks. So this game we can declare squarely over. The only question is going to be whether Duke actually covers the spread. I think it was like 30-something, 38 points or something. But the Kansas game, I'm kind of curious now who Kansas is playing between now and then. So Kansas, ranked number 25, beat Texas A&M CC, Corpus Christi, I'm pretty sure, 77-46 back on Tuesday. And they play Princeton tomorrow, okay, at 1 o'clock. All right. So they've beaten Green Bay, 94-51. They've lost to Carolina, 74-87. Beaten Texas A&M, 77-46. And now have to go... Actually, no. Princeton goes to play them. And then we play in the Champions Classic. And right now it's a Duke with an 80% chance to win. Wow. Oof, that is very generous. That's at Madison Square Garden. Okay, that's pretty cool. MSG. Actually, if it's at MSG, that's like Duke's second home. That's like, right? It's the Duke Cameron North, basically. Duke MSG. Wow, Kansas plays 3 ACC teams in a row. They play us, then they play Notre Dame, and then they play Syracuse right before Thanksgiving. Crazy. All right, here we go. Inbounding. Let's get it. Oh, they tried to go inside, but it was deflected and landed in the lap of Kamenia as Duke brings it up and another turnover for the Sycamores outside. Sar to Kamenia for 3. Ooh, in and out. But Malik Brown cleans it up there with the rebound. Nicely done. I kind of feel bad about that, honestly, because I really wanted Kamenia to drill that 3. Not that I'm like, it's nice to have Brown get points too, but man, that's a double block between Brown and Cam, and now Sar on the other side, and he will flush it. So despite some growing pains, I guess, in the first game and a half where Sar was missing layups, he's been clean since. I'm glad he cleaned that up. I was very concerned there that we were going to have a situation where we have another Duke player missing layups. Oh, that's going to be... No, that is not a foul. What the... Huh? I don't understand how that is literally a... I don't get it. I don't understand how that's a foul. He just runs into Malik Brown. Malik Brown is not moving. Come on, man. What? What? That is the weakest foul tonight. But apparently it's 4 fouls on Duke, and what's that on Malik Brown? Second. All right, well, whatever, it's fine. Now, Wagner tried for 3 again, not quite. Hall, great help defense there by Boozer, and great recovery, and he is just cannot go anywhere, man. Giving up 6 inches, and Malik Brown with another block into the hand of Hall, who takes the 3, can't get it. Kamenia down with the rebound on the opposite side. Kamenia now coming outside, gives it to Sar. Sar going to step into a 3. No. And Cameron Boozer with the one-handed rebound. No, he can't get it. And he will lay it in and get the points anyway. Cameron Boozer comes up with 2 rebounds in a single possession and 2 more points. I mean, like I said, I almost wonder if he's just like intentionally missing so he can pick up his own rebounds. He's got 9 so far, so the double-double coming in, and that's the 10th one, assuming that they credit him with it. And that'll be the double-double, 33 points and 10 rebounds. Yep, they do. And so with 13:40 left in the game, as Caden is now going to drive in, Caden gets blocked. And actually Cam Boozer picks up with it outside to Sar. The assist for Cam, yes! Dame Sar for 3 from the left wing. And timeout Sycamores, wow. That is a crazy sequence. It's Caden gets blocked. His brother picks up the block, throws it out to the corner to an open Sar, and Sar drills the 3. 33 points, 11 rebounds, 7 offensive rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks, and 3 steals. Wow. What a stat line. 33, 10, and 4. 3 and 3. That's just crazy. 0 turnovers, by the way. He's 13 of 16 from the floor and 5 of 7 from the free throw line. Insane. I just can't wait for the Kansas test, man. That's kind of why I really have begun to enjoy these early season tests. Because, like, look, we know our team is good, but if all you do is keep playing like cupcake games and just rolling everyone, by the time you get to the ACC, you kind of have this like false sense of really where your team is. Like, where is the barometer? And like, yes, granted, like the teams improve throughout the season, obviously, but like still, like I said before, the games don't really cost you anything if you lose them, but they're really, really good for your resume if you happen to win. So you may as well go give it a shot and try to pick up a couple wins here and there. And those are your quality wins that by the time you get to March, help you on the seed line. And it actually gives you a sense, you know what, this team is actually kind of good. I mean, it seems to me that this team is actually kind of good. I mean, defensively, they're very strong. You know, this 41 points here is a little too much, I think, for given the quality of opponent that we're facing today. But Indiana State also came out of the gate and hit some nice threes and such. So Kameni is going to get fouled. He might have been in the restricted area. One, two, three, four, five, six. We're at the top 25 teams. Jeez. Looks like the Duke women have now fallen behind West Virginia, 28-27. Unfortunately, there's the second half has started. And make one, miss one here for the Sycamores as Caden is just flying down the floor, getting the Blue Devil offense engaged here. Despite the fact that we're up 31, looks like Shire just wants to keep pressing the gas. Caleb Foster looking for space behind Gungba. The alley-oop no good there to Brown. Now behind the back pass for the Sycamores. Could not be handled either and goes out of bounds, but will stay with Indiana State. Now Gungba one-on-one here. Being back down on the baseline, banging bodies down low. Good defense by Gungba, staying flat, staying grounded. And Malik Brown comes up with the weak side rebound. Shire calling for the screen. Malik Brown gives it. Caden going around, now surrounded by three trees there by the Sycamores. Caleb Foster back out to Brown. Brown going to look. Oh, he goes inside. A nice little two-man game, give and go action. Wow, that was beautiful. That was something else right there at the 12-10 mark. Malik Brown and Patrick Gungba, and oh, that is another cheap foul. My goodness. I'm trying to come up with the... Hold on. Huh. What is not working? Why? So I accidentally got rid of the picture-in-picture, but I don't know how to get it back. That was allowing me to do... Hmm. What? Hmm. Does anybody know how to get my picture-in-picture option back? Because I hit it, and now I can't get it back. Doesn't make any sense. Hmm. Oh, now I got it. I see where it is. All right, back to tab. Oh, it's up there at the top. That's really weird. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right. So that'll work. Okay, now we're good. We're good. One of two at the free throw line by Ian Scott. As Duke currently ahead by 31 with 12 minutes to go. All the starters, well, actually, the main roster's still in, not the starters, but we haven't really gone that deep into the bench. I would like to see some Darren Harris tonight, which we have really yet to see, I don't think. We've seen 3 minutes of him, but hasn't really done much else. Cross-court pass by the Sycamores there. Good recovery defense in transition by the Blue Devils as Kamenia cuts off the baseline, and now the Sycamores have to restart their offense here. And here's Wagner. The three is short. Yes, it's an air ball, and the Grays are going to let him have it. Foster with the left hand couldn't come up with a layup. And this one, oh, he called bank. 3-pointer off the iron. Gungba gets the 2 off the rebound. .30 advantage here for our Blue Devils. And that is a block. Marcus Harding just denied as Caden Boozer gives it away. Honestly, not really his fault. The pass from Hamenia wasn't really good. That's another block by Gungba into the band section. Gosh. Oh my. Completely squared up and just denied. 2 blocks for Gungba. Darren Harris now back in the game. So there you go. He asked for Darren Harris. We got it. Mania here. Sterling Young. No, sorry, that was Xavier Scott. Oh, another block. Another block. 2 blocks on Harding on the same possession. Anybody else watch the Purdue-Alabama game? Was it last night? The night before? It was pretty good. Cam Boozer backing his man down, and he will get a foul. as Ian Scott picks up his third. Not that Cam needs any more points at this point. First freshman with 30 points, 3 blocks, and 3 steals in a game since Anthony Edwards for Georgia. I didn't know Anthony Edwards played for Georgia. Huh. Curious. Oof. Not good there on the free throw. Ooh, Notre Dame versus Pitt. It's another tough game for football here. Notre Dame has to win that one to stay in the playoff. That's for sure. Actually, that's game day tomorrow. Game day is at Pittsburgh. Now that I think about it, as Kamenia comes down with a rebound off the second missed by Boozer, so empty trip to the free throw line. Duke 9 of 15, not great from free throws here. Kamenia there over in the left-hand side. Yes, assist to Boozer, points to Nick. And he's got 9. His first three-pointer goes down. Good defense by Gungba. I don't know if that's kind of count as a block. It might have been, but it was just well defended. Darren Harris for 3, same spot as before. Not quite. Darren Harris comes down with the rebound, and that's a foul by Sterling Young. Absolutely. Kamenia sometimes looks like Con Knipple. I thought he was like Kyle Singler personally, but, he could be a Con Knipple. I feel like he's taller. Evans back in the game, and actually Harris going to get this one from the baseline inbounds. No, can't hit that free throw either. Three-pointer either, as the Sycamores 2 go to rebound and 2 go to the ground. They almost made a mess out of that one. Could have been a turnover, but instead they come up with it. And Kamenia going to get called for a foul, and a bit incredulous there. He's not really sure why. I'm not really sure why either, to be honest. And that's his second foul. Kamenia with 9 points and 5 rebounds. Interestingly enough, he has it goes Boozer, Gungba, Kamenia for rebounds. Dame Sarr has 10 points but no rebounds. Evans comes down with that rebound off the double miss there by the Sycamores, who haven't shot the free throw well either, really. Neither team doing exceptionally well at the free throws. Gungba tried the 3 and couldn't get it, and Darren Harris going to get whistled for a foul. Duke keeps Foster driving in the paint. Foster, the leaner off the glass. Nice by Caleb Foster. What's that give him? 7? Not 9. Duke by 35 on this wonderful Friday evening. Ooh, nice deflection there by Evans with the length up to Foster. Foster got to finish it. Yes, he does. He's in double figures now. 11 points for Caleb Foster. Almost to travel, not quite. Vorst puts it up over the top of Gungba. Couldn't get a block that time. Dungba over to Evans. Evans for three. Ooh, too strong. Kamenia tried to get the rebound. Comes up short. And this is, Hall. Oh, good deflection there again as Evans comes up with it. Next whistle will be the under 8 timeout. Yeah, the blocks are kind of crazy, man. Kamenia driving in, gets it to Foster on the other side. Oh, Caleb Foster for 3. Give him 14. Nicely done. Huh. I guess the ESPN API is stuck. I watched the Cal Poly versus Colorado State game on the Fubo Sports channel. All right, not the Purdue Alabama one. Fair enough, fair enough. I don't know why ESPN stopped updating. That's annoying. Oh, Mountain West Sports are free. There you go. There you go. All right, why isn't ESPN updating? What is going on? It's stuck. It is stuck. Oh, it's finally updating. No, never mind. No, it's not. Huh. All right, well, the stats are frozen for the time being as the API catches up. What if I do one? The data refresh ever. Oh, we've had too many people play. All right. All right, here we go. Under 7. Ready to roll. Ooh, Cam almost with another steal there. 6:48 to go. I wish there was a Roku Sports channel called College Baller, where it shows old matchups that correspond to the week's games. You mean like if Duke and Kansas are playing, you mean like it shows like the Duke Kansas from the NCAA tournament or something from a couple years back? I feel like there definitely is a channel that does that. Oh, decent feed there. Kamenia to Boozer, but he goes out of bounds. Yeah. I feel like I've seen that. Like CBS Sports Network or something. Oh, I remember where I saw it. Actually, during March Madness, there was a channel called like March Madness Classics off of like the actual MarchMadnessTV.com or whatever. Like you would go to the March Madness website, you could like see all, you can see all the games and like watch 4 of the games at a time, that kind of thing. There was like a March Madness like Classics one, actually. Yeah. Cam Boozer makes both his free throws, so that'll be 35 for him. And he's still playing, so 30-point double-doubles his father. Jeez, that's crazy. Vorst goes in. Oh, Gongba almost blocks that one. Not quite, though. ACC has a channel that does that. Vorst makes the free throw. The ESPN stats are like a minute off. I have no idea why, but we're at 5:58 here, and it's 89-52. Sisterhood down 44-32 into the fourth. Man, they flipped the game. It's like the women Blue Devils haven't even scored. They were scoring like 10, 13 points every quarter there. Evans, the Duke starter, is kind of, the Duke starter still in the game. Sarr couldn't quite do it there from 3. Will Duke get to 100? High probability. 89-52. Good defense by Sarr, has to give it up. Here's Camp again. The 3. No, not quite. Another rebound. Actually, kind of just giving up there. And that'll be a behind the back call. Should be a foul on St. Bernard. Be his second. It is curious to me how Caden doesn't quite like... Cam just stuffs the stat sheet all the time, but like Caden doesn't quite... As Cameron hits the bench. Harris at the free throw line. This is a 1-and-1. I see Caden as a pure playmaker. Yeah, could be. Actually, as Darren Harris makes them both. Let me see here. Caden's only got 1 assist so far tonight. I mean, Cam's got 5, which is kind of crazy, but... Oh, nice little move there by the Indiana State player, but couldn't bring it home. That's Allison taking shot fake and step to the left. And Sarr travels. Turnover. He's going to say he got hit. I kind of agree. I think he got held. Personally, I think he got held. Anyway. That's a cheap foul. All right, so it looks like the night for the Duke starters might be over. I've noticed some of the apps that he's following Duke have made upgrades. Like one is to put a line graph to see where highs and lows are. Oh, interesting. Yeah, there's always interesting ways to visualize the data. Yeah, I feel like if we just do that modification that we've been talking about to get the scores there at the top, we'll almost solve the scoreboard. They got the 2 missed free throws. Nice. I think that means a free sandwich on that end of the floor. Isaiah Evans trying to go alley-oop to Gungba. Gungba should get it out to Harris, but he's just going to get fouled as he tries to put it back up top. Yeah, 18 turnovers for Indiana State tonight so far. 10 for Duke is kind of a lot, to be honest. One of the ones he uses an AI programmed app. I mean, my scoreboard is AI programmed with a bit of human oversight, I would say. I saw in the news this week that the AI executed a cyber attack, man. I mean, the Skynet is like coming. The Skynet is coming. It's going to take us all out. Which I actually thought it was like kind of ironic. Yes, Skylark, ESPN is back on YouTube TV. Oh, you may have missed that one. I think you went and got your burritos when that happened. But yeah. Ooh, Kamenia puts a shoulder into this dude's thigh. Ooh, that's a tough hit. There we go. Ow. Ow. Yeah, that hurts. I'm glad Kamenia didn't break a collarbone. Looks like Duke women's soccer, though, ranked number 2 in the nation, beat Elon 3-0. That's pretty cool. We have the number 2 ranked women's soccer team. I've also seen a Doritos bag get scanned and registered by AI as a pistol. Oh my goodness. Yeah, as I was about to say, I find it kind of ironic that an AI was able to execute a very like sophisticated cyber attack when like it can barely code the scoreboard without like going wild on itself and like being extremely buggy. Caden back in the game, as is Sheffield at the moment, I believe. Oh no, sorry, that was Ufuchukwu. That's Ufu! Ufu's in the game. UFO. So we got 4 minutes and 18 seconds left in this one, and Kamenia gives it up. That is not a great turnover, as Sycamores will just score on that one. Looks like North Carolina's got the next game. I'm very glad that we were the early game, and North Carolina is just gonna play at 9 o'clock on Friday. That is wonderful there. The Sycamores are threatened to put up 60 points here on the Blue Devils. Good bean. Oh, great Ufu. Great defense by Ufu. Good help defense there. Caden going coast to coast, and Caden lays it in for 2. Decided to change IUPUI to the Indianapolis Greyhounds. Three-pointer on the way here by Harding. Ooh! Full timeout here by Indiana State. hopefully that is the last time out that we get. So, all right, folks. We'll be back on Tuesday night. It'll be an 8 p.m. Central, 9 o'clock Eastern game. The Kansas Jayhawks against our Duke Blue Devils. It should be extremely exciting, actually. And then I think we have a couple games right before Thanksgiving, but are against lesser opponents. And then we have an Arkansas game right after Thanksgiving. That should be pretty good, too. But yes, Kansas Duke, Madison Square Garden Tuesday, absolute cinema incoming. So should be a good one. We'll be back right here. Make sure to hit that follow and come on back for that particular game. I'm hoping everyone should show up for that one. It should be, I'm expecting a very lively chat. But until then, I hope you all have a great weekend. So have a very nice and safe weekend, y'all. Enjoy it. All right, I guess player of the game tonight is going to have to be Cam Boozer. I mean, 35 points, 12 rebounds. Jeez, what else? 35 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 blocks, and 3 steals. I don't even know, man. It's freaking crazy. Nobody has more than 3 assists, and that's Isaiah Evans. Actually, Isaiah Evans, kind of a quiet night comparatively. Like, only 5 points. Your double-digit scorers for Duke, you got Cam with 35, Dame Sarr with 10. Caleb Foster actually 14 points. Nice evening, nice outing here for Caleb Foster tonight on 5 of 12 shooting. A little inefficient, but 2 of 5 from with 2 of 5 from 3, and 4 rebounds and 2 assists. Not good game from him though. Kamenia's got 9, as does Gungba, and we talked about kind of like how between folks want to see Malik Brown kind of get that 7 to 10 range. Malik Brown had 6 tonight, but Gungba kind of made up for it there with 9. And I kind of said, as long as you kind of combine between those two players for that, for that range, then I think we're good. Now Duke, of course, with 94 as Darren Harris is a 3 on the way, and Darren Harris drills the 3. Thank you, Archangel, for coming out tonight. Appreciate it. Oh, Archangel can't watch the games. That's unfortunate. Well, now that we have YouTube TV back, we should be able to do our replays at least, so that'll be fun. If I can, we can get the replays to work for us, so that'll be good going forward for sure. Is Duke knocking on the door of the 100-point game? 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Sycamores couldn't convert. Kamenia comes down with that rebound. He's got 6 there as Darren Harris going to go for 3 again, and he drills that one. He's got 2 in a row as Duke has hit 100. Wow. So that is a 42-point margin at the moment. I personally do not want to see Indiana State score again. So keep them under 60. And that was blocked, actually, and that's deflected here, and Darren Harris comes up with it. And gonna go inside to Ufu. Ufuchukwu up with it. Ooh, couldn't get that one to go. And now Indiana State still trying to break 60. It would tie Texas for the most points against Duke, and they're gonna get it right here. That was bad defense. That was bad defense as we had got lost in rotation. 82 seconds left to go. And then, yes, that was not great. All right, 70 ticks left. And deflected out of bounds. And at least we won't go to commercial break. One minute left, and I think we're finally back on like in sync with with the API. And that is 62 points for Indiana State, as they have now scored the most points against Duke by any team so far this season. And let's just put an end to it. So this is killing our defensive efficiency, folks. Oh, nice rebound, actually, by the Jack Scott. Ooh, couldn't quite hit it. Another rebound by Scott. Nicely done. And that should be it. Just Shire's going to have him hold it, and we are out of here. All right, time to make dinner, folks. And I guess watch the next one. Watch whatever's coming up next. Okay, so Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern. We'll see everybody back here. Cameron Boozer with one heck of a stat line. 35 points, 12 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 blocks, 5 assists. Incredible. Let's see what they have in store for us on Tuesday night against Kansas. Everybody have a great and safe weekend. That's going to be it for me tonight. Thanks, everybody, for jumping in, and I will see you all on Tuesday. As always, go Duke. Good night.